Well, it looks like for the first time in a very long time, we were actually wrong, and Apex actually did the right thing. They actually went above and beyond what we could have ever expected of them, and I think a lot of you are going to be very, very happy. There's a lot of times where I say Apex will bring some new things, and in those new things that they bring, it's probably going to be like halfway done. There's going to be a lot of hype behind it, but also a lot of, yeah, but I wish they also would have done this. Similar to how the next gen update came out, but they forgot the most important part, you know, the 120 FPS part. Well, we have something that turned out to be wrong all along, and we're very excited to report the good news that Respawn seems to be working and cooking up in the background. So if you guys want to stay up to date, all things Apex Legends news related, of course, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into this. First thing I wanted to make mention of, Hypermist did release that Res.B code name for the Season 18 second half event may likely be the Halloween collection event for Season 18, because there's actually no found Halloween coded skins that are in the files. However, he did say, I saw mentions of a sticker series for Halloween and store sales for old skins too. Also, epic skins should be Wingman, Prowler, Volt, Horizon, Fuse, Nemesis, Ash, and Valkyrie. So even though some people I saw were a little worried that there were no coded names in the file regarding Halloween for collection events for Season 18, it does seem like this could just be Resurrection or Res.B, which is just really code names for the official event. It's not going to be called Res.B, of course. Now, some other news and some really great news. It seems like Apex Legends may have all along been cooking up something really good that I know a lot of you players are going to be very happy to hear about. And if you've not heard already, there seems to be a slight directional change here for cross progression and what Respawn is actually capable of doing. Many months ago, we started to finally see cross progression show up in the game files a lot more often. And of course, after this, it literally did not stop. Every season, there was more code, and it seemed like finally cross progression was getting closer and closer. Well, if you remember when all of this happened, one thing that people were really griping about is not only how long it was taking, but also the fact that it would not include account merging. So this would mean that whenever you make a brand new account, you're not going to get, you know, like 14,000 kills if you had 7,000 on PC and 7,000 on console. Your new account's not going to merge together. You're not going to be able to bring your 3 heirlooms from here, your 2 heirlooms from here, and come together and get 5 heirlooms. It just simply wasn't going to be like that. Well, whenever that news basically hit and they were showing this off, and I think in an email basically it was leaked out, they started to take a lot longer on cross progression and things started to get delayed pretty dramatically. It was almost as if they realized that the community hearing this early on and getting the reaction that they did was a big red flag, and that maybe they should delay it a little bit until they figure out what they want to do. Now, obviously none of this is confirmed, but if you look at this code that was posted a couple of months ago, this was actually coming from Synos. Synos is the obvious data miner leaker as well. You could see a lot of this code that was in here that was found. There's one that we really skipped over because we didn't really know exactly what this was going to be used for or what this would all entail or mean. But knowing what we know now, looking back into it, you'll see very often there's a lot of references to main profile, request main profile can reset, or has main profile, or set main profile error block login, and many references even past this regarding main profile. Well, now we know that there actually might be some account merging, not all account merging, but basically the good stuff. So from an inside source that obviously will not reveal their identity because they're leaking out information early to a lot of YouTubers or data miners or leakers or whatever, like it's like middleman leakers and stuff. And some people are actually referencing these leakers as actual devs that are just basically wanting to not get fired. So that's why a lot of them don't reveal their identity. Obviously, some of them are probably not devs, but it's just interesting. I'll let you speculate on who you actually think these people are. Regardless, this inside source sent a message saying, according to the message that I was sent, all paid items will merge into your brand new cross progression accounts. Obviously, your kills, your wins, your deaths, and your matches played will all be merged into the brand new account. So now it seems like if you do have 50,000 kills on Xbox and 30,000 kills on PC, your new account will actually have 80,000 kills, which is not something we expected. So if you were the #1 lifeline on Xbox or whatever, and you were worried about being the #1 lifeline on PC because you switched over, now you're not known as the #1, that actually might not be the case. You probably will still be the #1 or whatever it is that you are on console. However, even though a lot of people are very excited to hear that and that their account stats will merge over, it doesn't seem like badges, rewards, and so on will not merge. Now, what exactly is this so on? Not really sure if this includes heirlooms. I would really hope so, and I would imagine that heirlooms got to be a lot easier to transfer over than like kills, wins, deaths, stats, all that stuff. But basically, they say you're not going to be seeing an Xbox account with 7 pred badges merge with a PC account with 7 pred badges and get 14. Here goes back to the main profile. You'll get whatever the main account is. So whatever you set as your main profile is the account stat badges and stuff and rewards that you will receive. However, the actual stats, kills, wins, deaths, all that stuff will be merged into like a brand new visible account. So think very carefully about which account you want to set as your main profile, because yes, it will matter as far as which badges, which rewards you will actually be able to take over. Now, of course, if you are coming brand new from console and you've never played on PC, you don't really have to worry about this. You'll be able to bring absolutely everything you have over. Just obviously a little bit of a gray area regarding skins, regarding heirlooms and all that stuff. I'm just honestly really surprised that this is one of those features that I just thought Apex was once again going to fumble the bag on and going to bring it like halfway, and it's just not going to be what we hoped it would be. It would just kind of be decent and we'll get by with it. We'll accept it for now because we know that's all you're going to give us. And they actually went like above and beyond. They actually did go do what we wanted them to do. They did go the extra mile, and I'm pretty happy about that. So definitely let me know what your thoughts are on that down below. Now, I also wanted to mention very seriously the idea of crossovers, because there was a recent viral post and a lot of people have really been into this. Now, Apex has done a crossover in the past, but it kind of sucked with the whole not Starfield, that's the new game coming out. This is Star Wars, and it kind of was garbage. The skin was absolutely lackluster. I think it was like a white common or either like a blue rare, and it was just the ugliest thing ever. There was nothing special about it, and I promise you, if I showed a picture to literally anyone that watches Star Wars, they would have no idea what it even was. It was just very clearly niche, and unless you read the post that said this is Star Wars, you wouldn't have known. I always thought Apex could do a really cool crossover with Spider-Man, being that Pathfinder actually has a grapple and could definitely play as a good Spider-Man. But this was a viral post posted by his Watson playing Halo in Apex Legends. 2 video games coming together for a crossover. This was very interesting, and honestly, I would love to see it. You could tell the gunplay is pretty much all Apex Legends. Everything is like basically using Apex like damages and like audios, and the movement and all of this stuff is totally Apex. But the weapons that they're using, the fire rates, some of the sounds sound a little weird. Some of the sounds are Apex, like some of the sounds sound like Halo. The character models are all Halo, and the way that you like shoot and kind of hip fire everything is Halo as well. This thing in just a few hours got over 6,000 likes, and people were absolutely loving this idea. I feel like there's so much potential for Apex to do like LTM modes and events like this and promote each other's game. Like, I know obviously different studios and people probably are not too happy about that. I'm honestly surprised that EA didn't tell him to like shut this post down, because they actually did shut his Watson down before, trying to host tournaments and paid money tournaments and stuff like that. But it seems like they're allowing all of this stuff as long as it's not being monetized in any way, which with Twitter's new monetization stuff, I don't know how this is going to work. But with R5 Reloaded and a modded version of this game, there's so much potential that people are getting into now, and I really would love to see Apex do something like this. What are your ideas for potential crossovers as well? I think it's about time we get something to shake it up, because even Crowrindo had posted this. How many games are you playing now before you start to quit? This was a lot of people talking on the Apex Legends subreddit, and people were saying they only play a couple games now of pubs before it gets too hard and they just quit. We need something fun. We need something really interactive. I think something that's drastically different than the usual and that really shakes up the game would be super fun and would probably have people playing a little bit longer. Some people were also taking it to Twitter to talk about that maybe after all, arenas was not as bad of a game mode as a lot of people were saying it was. Interested to see your thoughts down in the comment section below. Like the video if you guys did enjoy. Subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date all things Apex Legends news related, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care of yourselves, and click this video right here that was produced by my editor Novell, who makes Apex Legends content great as well. Until the next time, I'll see you later, Gators.